Geraldine. Today, super exciting, we are launching our Plus collection in our Intimates colors. Intimates Plus just launched today. So what does that mean? You're gonna get a super natural lash, and it's gonna come in lighter colored fibers. So I know it's a little hard to see, but I actually applied all three colorways on this eye, and I'm gonna show you how we did that today, just so you can kind of see the difference. I know it's so hard to see, but we have Ash, we have Minx, and we have Truffle. Ash is gonna be sort of like a strawberry, a natural strawberry blonde color. It's a really nice sort of light reddish tone, red-brown tone with a tiny tinge of violet to give it that sort of ultraviolet hue that natural strawberry blondes have. So if you're a strawberry blonde or a blonde, you're gonna love Ash. Minx is gonna be a chocolate brown that is cool tone, so really pretty for a variety of brunettes. And then you're gonna have Truffle. Truffle is gonna be a mix of black and brown fibers. So if you love black but you want something kind of pared back, Truffle is gonna be the way to go. So I did C12 and C14 alternated, C12, C14 Ash, C12, C14 Minx, C12, C14 Truffle, and this collection is gonna come in Amplify. Amplify is going to be another natural style. A plus is going to sit very relaxed, nice and open and very natural. And it's gonna come in C plus, a little bit more curl on the C plus. So if you like something that looks like a lash lift, go with the C's, okay? But you can also mix and match them. So we're super excited to be launching Intimates Plus today. And I'm gonna give you a little tour. They're gonna come in sizes 8, 10, 12, and 14 millimeter, okay? And if you have questions along the way, let us know. I'm gonna do an application. Lashify Danny is gonna be in the comments. We are simulcasting to YouTube and Facebook, so if you're there in one of those platforms, say hi. Danny will be in your comments. If you wanna come hang out with me in my comments and touch and play with the products, because I'm gonna be pinning them here for you, come to the website, come to lashify.com, and I'll be able to see your comments, okay? So come check out the Intimates Plus, and let's go. First thing though, let's take a look at how you get started with Lashify. For all you newbies that are joining, what is Lashify? How do you get started? Lashify is a DIY lash extension system. I did this myself just before coming on, and you can do this easily and safely at home. First thing you're gonna do is choose your control kit. Your control kit comes with everything you need to start using the Lashify system. And if you go to our control kit page here on the website, if you go to the classic V1 control kit, you're gonna see a little pop-up box in the bottom right corner, I think I'm flipped. Your bottom right corner of your screen, and you're gonna see Pro Educator Jill. And if you're wanting help on how to choose your control kit, click on that, and she's gonna take you through a nice interactive Q&A so you can figure that out, okay? But let me show you. First, you're gonna choose your hard case, either black or white. So if you choose the black control kit, our patented Fuse Control wand is gonna come in this beautiful bronze color. If you choose white, you're gonna get that Fuse Control wand in hologram. And every control kit is gonna look the same inside. You're gonna get Whisper Light, our bond. This is a dual-sided tube, and you're gonna get clear on one side, black on the other side. You're gonna get our water-resistant sealer, glass, and then you're gonna get 3 sets of Gossamer lashes. So 1, 2, and a third. You're gonna get a 10 millimeter cartridge. All of these are the same in that cartridge. Then you're gonna get a 12 millimeter and then a 14 millimeter. So you get 3 sizes to play with, and you're gonna choose your style. So Amplify, Bold, and Curl are gonna be your choices for the style that you start with. Amplify, like I said, sits very relaxed. It doesn't have a lot of fibers, so it's super natural. If you want something very, very natural that mimics your own natural lashes, go with Amplify. If you love a mascara look, go with Bold. Slightly thicker fibers and a little bit more curl for an easy everyday mascara look. And if you want something that looks like a lash lift, very similar to what I have on, go with the C, Curl, okay? Thin fibers like Amplify, but with a little bit more curl. You can't go wrong. You're gonna have a little slightly magnified mirror so you can apply Lashify wherever, whenever. And then everything comes inside this magnetic storage box, and you get a bunch of fun freebies and extras. So you're gonna get a set of wandoms. These go over the tips of your fuse control wand. Just like that, they are removable and you can clean them easily with alcohol or soap and water. They help reduce stickiness because we're gonna be using a bond that is flexible. You're gonna get a sample of Melt Away. That's one of our removers, and Pre-Cleanse. That's our Japanese cleansing water lash prep. You're gonna get a QR code to scan, and that's gonna take you to our Learn page so you can follow along with Jill for your first application. We have a great step-by-step tutorial for you. And then you're gonna get a lid space finder tool, and this is gonna help you choose some other lengths to try out when you're ready for more lashes. That's not all, you guys, we're not even done yet. You're gonna get a welcome letter from Sahara, the founder, inventor, and CEO of Lashify. And then your control kit sits inside just like this. When you lift it up and remove the foam, you're gonna get a place to put your collection of Gossamer lashes, because you're gonna want more styles and more sizes to try out, because you can lash map to your heart's desire. You can mix and match all the styles and create your own custom lash maps. So if you're here on the website, you can click on the control kit down here below and take a closer look, and you can order if you want. And it's a one-time purchase of $125 after that. And like I said, all of these products are gonna last. Your fuse control wand is gonna last forever. Your box will probably last forever. And you won't have to even replace your bonds and sealers until about 3 to 6 months down the line. So when you're ready for more lashes, that's all you need to do, and then bond later on down the line, okay? This is how this works. If you have questions along the way, let us know. I'm gonna show you our Intimate Plus collection. We just launched today. They're gonna come in Ash, Minx, and Truffle. Again, Ash is gonna be a beautiful, almost like a strawberry blonde color. Let me see, let me grab that for you so you can see. It's gonna be very difficult to see. Oh, there we go. Good thing I have dark hair, so you can see, especially if I kind of turn it to the side. This ash color has a red-brown tone, a tiny, tiny tinge of violet to give it some dimension. Really pretty for our strawberry blondes. And then it's gonna come in Minx. Minx is gonna be, let's hold them next to each other so you can see. This is gonna be fun. Let's see, okay, this is Minx. This is Ash, so you can see there's a little bit of a color difference. Vanna White never had to do this, did she? Minx is gonna be a cool tone brown. Love this because it is great for a wide range of brunettes. Love that, so pretty. And then Truffle. Truffle is going to be a mix of black and brown, so you can see that's just one tone lighter than my natural hair color, and it's a mix of black and brown. Love this. If you love black but you want it just a little bit softer, go with Truffle. Okay, let's go. So first thing we always do is prep our natural lashes. You're gonna get a sample of Pre-Cleanse, our Japanese cleansing water. This is our lash prep. I'm putting it on our fluffer tool, and I'm just gonna run that through my natural lashes because I put on makeup, I put on a bunch of skincare. I wanna remove anything that could get in the way of my bond working properly, okay? So coming in, just running that through my natural lashes so that they're super squeaky clean. If you were starting off with a fresh face and you didn't care about saving your makeup, put your Pre-Cleanse on a cotton round and just wipe down the entire eye area and you're gonna be good to go. Clean, dry lashes is how we start our Lashify application always. We're gonna be working with a flexible bond that doesn't harden, okay? So it's very different from lash extension glue, very different from lash glue that you get from the drugstore. I have to sneeze. Excuse me. Allergy season. Excuse me, guys. So this is Whisper Light. You're gonna get a dual-sided tube in your control kit. You're gonna get black Whisper Light bond with the micro mascara applicator on one side. On the other end, you're gonna get clear Whisper Light Bond with a pointy precision tip. It's the same bond, the only difference is the color. You can use one side or the other, or you can combine them for any of your applications. The idea with this bond is that you're gonna work with it in the same way that you work with nail polish. You're gonna build up a cushion of bond by adding thin layers, slowly and with a very light hand. So I'm gonna show you how that works. I'm probably gonna do just a very easy double bonding method, just 2 light layers. Some people use 1 light layer, some people use 2, and some people use up to 3. You're gonna let each layer sit for about 30 to 60 seconds so that it gets tacky. You don't want it to be wet and moving around. And then if you want a little bit more, once it's tacky, you're gonna add a little bit more and then keep right on going, okay? So let me take my blow tool and just get my lashes to dry down completely, and then we'll be on our way. I know, Danny, allergy attack is real. All right, you guys, if you have questions, let us know in the comments. Danny is gonna be in the comments everywhere. If you're on YouTube or Facebook, say hi, let us know. I am on Lashify.com on the website, so if you wanna be in my comments, join us here, okay? I'm gonna be a floating square on the website. All right, lashes are dry. I'm gonna stick with the clear side today just because we're using these Intimates colors and they're lighter colored fibers, and I don't wanna darken them up. The black does have pigment, right? Because that's what makes it black. So with the clear, comes out white, dries down clear. I'm gonna look down into a mirror while I do my entire application because everything's gonna go underneath our natural lashes. And notice how light a hand I am using. That's a tiny bit too much bond, so I'm just gonna tap that away. I don't need a lot, okay? That would do, this light coat of bond will do for a day-long wear. So once it goes clear, I can start applying if I want to. I'm gonna let that sit for about 30 to 60 seconds, and then when it's clear, I can start applying, but I'm gonna add a little bit of bond to the spines of my Gossamer lashes. I've already pulled my lashes out of the cartridges, and with this style, you definitely want to open the cartridge, okay? Because these are probably our most delicate styles, the Plus collection. You can insert your fuse control wand or some tweezers into that little slot, and then the whole, you can just loosen that and the whole top comes out, and you can get to your lashes a little bit easier, okay? You can also just grab with your fingers all of the fibers and gently remove, but with these ones, I recommend opening up the cartridge, okay? So I've already pulled my lashes out of the cartridge. They're made of Korean PBT silk. It's a synthetic silk, and they're incredibly lightweight. It was designed to be lightweight and comfortable so that you have this really nice, natural, and effortless wear that doesn't damage your natural lashes. So I'm applying a tiny, tiny bit. Let me show you. Did I show you that? Tiny, tiny bit to the base, the spine of the Gossamer lashes. I don't need a lot, okay? And I'm setting it down so that it goes clear. And I'm just gonna do this all the way across all of my lashes. I have time, you guys. When you're starting out, move slower. A lot of people get nervous and they think, oh gosh, my bond's gonna dry down and I'm not gonna be able to get my lashes on, and then they move too quickly. And that will actually work against you. You want to slow down, because this bond will give you a nice long working time. Remember that you have to wait for your bond to get tacky before you do anything. And this is one of the most common things we see for new users, is that you're just moving a little bit too fast and also probably applying a little bit too much bond. So think of it again as like you're working with layers of nail polish. When you apply too much in one go, it's not gonna dry down and it's gonna be messy, right? Same thing with this bond. And then if you're applying multiple coats, you need each coat for nail polish to dry down. In our case, you want it to get tacky before you add a little bit more and then start applying your lashes. All right, slower is better. If you're moving a little bit slower and you actually run out of working time, which is quite a long time, You can just add a little bit more bond and then make sure it's tacky and keep right on going. So it's very hard to mess up. It's very hard to mess up. I've been talking and applying this bond here. I have bond on my natural lashes. I'm gonna show you how tacky this bond is still. It's still good, okay? Ready? Let's do our tacky test. I use my fingernail. I can feel it, check that out. You can't see it, but I can feel it. I feel almost like a bubblegum-like stick. And then also, I'm checking to make sure that there's no transfer of product. If there's transfer, it's still too wet and I have to wait. But if there's no transfer, I'm good to go. Okay, that's how you know when your bond is tacky. I love that you're using only clear Whisper Light so that the lashes stay true to the color at the base. Absolutely, so if you wanna just keep the integrity of the color when you're working with different colored lashes, stick with the clear. If you don't mind a little bit of darkening up at the base, if you have lighter colored lashes and you want things to blend in a little bit better, use the black side. And you can combine too. Okay, ready? This is Ash in C plus 12. I'm gonna just do 12 and 14 millimeter so you guys can see it. This collection is gonna come in 8 millimeter all the way up to 14 millimeter. So 8, 10, 12, and 14. Coming in, I'm aiming for 1 to 2 millimeters up from the wet line. I start on the inner corner. You can start wherever you like. You can start in the middle. You can start on the outer corner. I'm just grabbing that tiny bit of bond. So pretty. Okay, 1 to 2 millimeters up from the wet line. We're always going to attach only onto lash, only onto hair. If you're too close to the wet line or on the wet line, it's gonna be super uncomfortable. We don't want pokey lashes, right? If it's too close to the wet line, the moisture from your eyes is gonna start breaking up that bond. Remember, it's never gonna harden, okay? And then we also wanna keep our natural lashes healthy. So the combination of this flexible bond, leaving a space so that your roots have all that room to breathe and to grow, will ensure that there's nothing tugging at the roots that could cause damage, okay? There's also biotin and lavandula in the bonds. So you're getting something that acts like vitamins for your lash line, all right? We're keeping our natural lashes healthy and creating lash looks for any style, any mood with Lashify. Okay, check out that Velcro-like grip. Okay, this is the benefit of waiting for your bond to get tacky. This is what you wanna see. You don't want them sliding around. And if it's not catching, but you know that there's product there, it probably just dried down a little bit too fast, or you can add a little bit more, okay? So it's so easy, very forgiving. It's all based, it's very intuitive, right? Very intuitive. So that was an Ash C+ in 14 millimeter. I'm just gonna alternate the lengths. And when you alternate lengths, this gives you a nice wispy look. So if you're looking for a different kind of map to try, definitely alternate. Okay, so check this out. See the color on this? This is Minx. Minx is a little bit darker. It's gonna be a cool tone brown, and we're just kind of creating a gradient. This is a C+ in 12 millimeter. I am overlapping by a tiny bit. Again, we're getting that nice Velcro-like catch. So easy, ensuring that I have room at the base. What you can also do is use the tip of your fuse control wand to measure for the gap. This was a holy grail tip for me, you guys, when I was trying to work on longevity. In the beginning, I was putting them flush with the waterline because I was used to strip lashes that went on top. Wrong. Don't do it, okay? So what I started doing, I saw another educator say, use the tip of your fuse control wand to measure for the gap. Check this out. Turn it sideways, points away from you, and just use one time. Place this at the top of your wet line where your lashes are growing out of your eye. And this should fit comfortably between the top of your wet line and the spine of the Gossamer lash. That's how you know you have enough of a gap, okay? You measure. I honestly think this is the best way to ensure that you've got enough. Hi Angel, how are you? Thanks for joining us today. Are you getting Intimates? Are you getting the Intimates Plus today? Look at this, oh my gosh. So this is a 14 millimeter, and like I said, we're just alternating. I have bond on the spines of the Gossamer lashes, so that allows me to attach this guy to this guy, right? And if you wanted to, say you had just put on your first layer of bond, or you just wanted to apply one layer of bond on your lashes, but you needed a little bit of overlap, that's fine. Say you didn't put bond on the spines of your lashes, so all you need to do is go boop, add a tiny bit right there if you want to overlap. Let that get tacky and it should attach just fine, okay? So not a whole lot of right or wrong with Lashify. Try your application a bunch of different ways. We have so many tutorials for you to watch. We go live almost every day, so we're teaching a bunch of new techniques. Different educators will teach different techniques. Some people have their favorites. Look at that, it didn't quite go on well. That's okay, I'm just gonna reposition and try again. And you will find the best method for application for yourself. So that is a Truffle. That's a Truffle in C+12. And then one more for that outer corner. This is a 14 millimeter in that Truffle. I forgot to hold it up. So it's quite dark, right? But you can see the bits of brown kind of peeking through. This is a mix of black and brown fibers. I love Truffle anything. Truffle comes in quite a few styles in our collection. So if you love this colorway, you have a bunch of options. Oh my gosh, so pretty. So we did alternating C+12 and 14 across. We did ash, Minx, and Truffle. I know that gradient is so hard for you to see. If I turn to the side, you can probably pick up a little bit, and I will take pictures for you afterwards so you can see maybe the difference between these. They're so fine, right? So now we're gonna fuse. A few different ways to fuse. The Wandums can be your best friend. These are silicone covers that go over the tips. You can remove them whenever you want, put them back on whenever you want. They're gonna help reduce stickiness, and they're gonna give you a little bit of a wider fuse, right? More surface area for fusing, and it's gonna be a little bit cushier. So try it both ways, see what you like. When you remove them, you will get a little bit more precision, right? Because it's skinnier, but you might get a little bit more stick, so you're just gonna move a little slower. I'm gonna show you a couple different ways. You can go with or without the Wandums. You can combine all of these techniques to whatever suits you, okay? I like to reverse fuse with no Wandums first. This allows me to use the tips of the fuse control wand to get really precise and fuse all the way down along the base, all the way along the spines of the Gossamer lashes. And remember, I've left that little gap so that the roots of my lashes are exposed. So this is comfortable. There's no pinching, there's no discomfort. I'm able to fuse my natural lashes to the Gossamer lashes, and this is how we're gonna get them to stay on, okay? So really get all the way down, and notice my body position. This is another super important thing. I see a lot of people doing this because they're so focused on this really small, close work. I have no mobility here. So if you open things up, you can move around as much as you need to, and this is gonna be so much easier for you, okay? If I need to get in here, I change my hand position. So you're gonna play with that fuse control wand. I would recommend, even before you start applying the bond, just to kind of practice all these movements so that when you start putting your bond and your lashes on, you're ready to go. Angel asked if you can show tips on how to lift the outer corners. Yes, you got it. So if you just need a little bit of lift on that outer corner, I recommend using that reverse fuse. You turn the wand sort of upside down so that you have access to just the tips. And look, you're gonna sort of angle the tips so that when you fuse, it's cradling your lashes in an upward motion. You see that? So you settle the wand, that tip of the wand, all the way down to the base, and then when you bring that lower arm up to squeeze, it just lifts from the bottom to give it an upward motion, right? The other thing too is if your lashes are downturned or your eye is downturned, bring in your placement. Everybody should always leave out a few of those natural hairs on the outer corner, and same thing on the inner corner. So that is for longevity and comfort, okay? Those baby hairs on the inner and outer corners tend to be weaker and more sparse, so Bringing in our placement is gonna give us better longevity, better wear, and a more comfortable wear. On the outer corner, for most of us, our natural lashes will grow downwards, right? Past this lift line. So don't apply all the way out. Bring it in by a little bit, and that'll keep your lashes nice and lifted. If you're using, and I recommend if you're using like an A, maybe switch to a C for that outer corner if you want a little bit more lift. Okay? Awesome. And if you want, join the Lashify Live Facebook group. And if you want recommendations for like lash mapping for your eye shape, go in there, post a picture of your eye, and let us know how we can help. And one of our educators will come in and help you with a lash map. So that'll be easy to do. Okay, so that was reverse fusing. You can also do a full fuse. Again, with or without the wandums on, you're gonna turn the fuse control wand so that the bump is going away from you, and this is what this was designed for. You wanna make sure that it fits the curve of your eye, okay? You're gonna come in either from the side or from the top, whatever works best for you. And again, I like to kind of keep the angle so that it's going to cradle my lashes upwards. See how I'm not super flat? For most of us, we want a little bit of lift. Whatever you need to do to get all the way onto the top of your lash line. So I'm gonna settle that to the base of my lashes. Nice fit. You might have to move this way, you might have to move that way, and that's okay. It's okay if you don't get everything, okay? Try and get most of the lash, and then give it a nice squeeze. Hold that for about 10-15 seconds. You get a nice fuse, and you're gonna get that nice even pressure, our horizontal clamp force, all the way across your lashes. If you want a little bit more lift, tilt your wand upwards for that Lashify lift, and then slowly release, okay? If you get some stickiness, just slowly blink away. Easy, right? Super easy. And then you're done. And then you're done with that. You guys, my allergies are kicking in. I can feel it. Okay, so let's come in and just fuse that side so they're nice and even. And look how natural these are. You guys, my eyes are watering because of the allergies. Oh, so bad. So pretty, so natural, so easy. So if you want something super natural, this plus line is so good. We have them in black, in A+ and C+. We just launched them today in Ash, Minx, and Truffle, 3 colorways that have lighter colored fibers. They're so pretty. Check this out. Love, love, love. They're so natural. Because we're applying them underneath our natural lashes, they just look like they're coming out of my eye. I don't have to hide a band because there's no band that sits on top. Everything sits underneath. I know, Danny, right? Allergies are real. No worries though. Still good, still good. And everything just blends right in. So pretty. We call this lash cleavage. Check out the lash cleavage. And then if you want more volume too, you can stack your lashes. So you would treat this layer as if they were your natural lashes, add some bond, let it get tacky, and then add more lashes and fuse. So you can really create whatever look you want, any kind of gradient, you have all the control. So, so pretty. And you guys, perfect placement will come with time and practice. So I've been doing this for a little over 3 years, okay? I've gotten pretty good at it. And if you find, but not all my applications are 1000% perfect, and it's okay. It's okay. In the beginning, you're gonna be practicing. You're gonna be practicing how to work with the bonds, right? Because they're very different. This is a patented system with over 275 patents. So it's new. And that means there might be a little bit of learning on our part, right? I'm a makeup artist of 20 years. I went through my own learning curve because I had a different experience with lashes. This is completely different from anything else we've ever known, okay? So a little bit of learning, we give you tons of tutorials, and we say give it like 3 to 4 applications because you're gonna be, like I said, working with the bond, learning how that behaves. You're gonna be learning about your eye shape and using this brand new patented tool that didn't exist before Lashify, right? So you're gonna practice with this. And then getting placement, understanding what's gonna be best for you, 1 millimeter or 2 millimeters away from your wet line, and Also, all of your placement for inner and outer corners. Everyone's eyes are different, okay? So you're gonna do little tweaks with each application you do, and by application 3 or 4, you're gonna start to find your groove, okay? The more you apply, the better you get, and have fun with it, absolutely. So it's okay, some people get it right off the bat. Some people want like tons and tons of longevity. I'm like a 3 to 4 day wearer, and sometimes I don't mind a daily wear. Most people like to wear their sets for about 5 to 7 days, and some people wear them longer, but there's no need. You don't need to do that. If you wanna switch it up every day, you can do that with Lashify. They're easy to remove. You're gonna get Melt Away, our remover, a dual phase remover, as a sample in your control kit. You're gonna shake it up, and you're just gonna let it sit, and everything just breaks down, right? You don't need to rip. Please don't rip your lashes out. We don't need to do that anymore. We wanna keep our natural lashes healthy, right? So products like Melt Away, like Release, which is a blend of oils that we have as another remover. Any oil, any dual phase makeup remover will easily break down the bond and let your lashes slide away, so you can keep your natural lashes healthy, okay? But like we said, practice and give yourself grace. There's some fun things to learn. So enjoy the process, and you're gonna be on your way to having amazing lashes however you want it, whenever you want it. You can take them off whenever you want as well with Lashify. So good. So last thing, in your control kit, you're gonna get glass. This is a water resistant sealer. I find this to be an optional step. Some people love it to complete their application. Other people will never touch it, or they will use it sometimes. So try a few applications with it and see what it does for your personal eye chemistry. Everyone's gonna be a little bit different. If you get some bond on your eyelid, what's the best way to get it off without removing your lashes? That's okay. Sometimes just wiping it off with your finger is fine. Pre-cleanse will do. Put it on a little Q-tip, squeeze out the excess, and just kind of rub it down. Totally fine. Totally fine. You can use Melt Away as well. If it's a little bit tacky, you can use a Q-tip, or some people like these little applicators that Lash Techs use. You can get like a little, real close in there and just kind of do a little spot touch, and then come in with pre-cleanse. Pre-cleanse is gonna remove anything oily that might be close to your lash line. Quite easy, not to worry. So with glass, I usually have people wait 20 to 30 minutes after their application to apply glass. Just like when you're using nail polish, you want all of your layers of nail polish to dry down before you come in and seal. Same thing with the bond. Just always think of it as like layers of nail polish when you're working with the Whisper Light bond. So 20 to 30 minutes, it's okay if you wait hours later, or even 2-3 days later to seal if you want to seal. But when you're ready, just use a tiny bit, glide along the base of your lashes. A little bit goes a very long way. And then if you want a little extra for those inner and outer corners, if your eyes are watery, totally fine. You can also get top and bottom coverage by applying add a little bit to the wand with your wandums on, and then do a fuse. Come in, do a fuse, and then leave them alone. Let it dry. Done. Let's see, there's a question here. How can you add just one Gossamer for a touch-up? How can you add just one Gossamer? So you can stack. Stacking is easy, whatever you want to do. You can add a little bit of bond wherever you want to stack. Let that get tacky. Once it's tacky, put your lash on, fuse it down, and then you're good to go. If you're touching up, say you have like a loose Gossamer lash, right? All you have to do is fuse it down. Just fuse it down. Sometimes all you need to do is fuse it, just like that. Okay? And if you feel like it's a little bit wiggly, sometimes our inner and outer corners get a little wiggly because our eyes water and we have less or weaker lashes there, and that's totally fine, totally normal. Touch-ups here and there are completely normal. What you'll do is just either lift. If it just needs a little lift, you can get under with that pointy precision tip. put a little bit of bond underneath the spine, let it get tacky, use your blow tool, and then fuse it right back down. All right, if it's coming off, it's okay. I recommend cleaning it off with alcohol if it's completely falling off. That way you're removing any excess bond. If it's been on your eye for hours or even a couple days, disinfect it a little bit. Once it's dry, add bond here or onto the spine of the Gossamer lash, let it get tacky, put it on, fuse it, and you're good. So touch-ups are very, very easy, and we have lots of tutorials for tips and tricks, troubleshooting, all of that. We have them on our Reels tab on Instagram. If you go to the Learn page on here on Lashify.com, we have all of our little short mini tutorials on there as well, so let us know. We're happy to help. The Lash Map. The Lash Map is a combination of all 3 colorways in Intimates Plus that just launched today, right? And these are all C's. They also come in Amplify. These are Curl. They also come in Amplify Plus. So it's alternating 12, 14. 12, 14, 12, 14, 12, 14. I put 6 on today. And I did 2 Ash. I know you guys can't see the difference in color from this lighting setup. I think they're so fine. Ash in 12 and 14. Minx in 12 and 14, and then Truffle in 12 and 14. I'm gonna take pictures up close and try and get the difference in the colors for you and post them on Lashify Life and on my Instagram page so you can really take a good look. You're so welcome. I'm glad that was helpful. All right, one last look. Make sure to get your Intimates if you want something a little bit lighter. So if you love the core lashes, A, B, and C, our classic A, B, and C core lashes, but you want something a little bit finer, check out the Plus collection. They have an even flatter spine and even finer fibers. The flatter spine adds to your longevity so you can wear them much longer. They are gonna be more delicate, so handle them with care. Remove the top of the cartridge so you can get to your lashes much easier. And then you'll have a much finer lash to play with. So pretty, so pretty. All right, you guys, if you have more questions along the way, come join us in the Lashify Life Facebook group. The entire Lashify team, including Sahara, inventor, founder, creator of Lashify, is always hanging out in there, okay? So we're always answering questions. The community of almost 120,000 members is so helpful, so supportive. It's the best place on the interwebs. People share their own tips and tricks, their own lash maps, and you never know when you're gonna find a new friend, and you're gonna probably have 120,000 new friends in there. So come join us in the Lashify Life Facebook group. We're doing lives pretty much every day here on Lashify.com, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, inside the Lashify Life Facebook group. And if you have questions, always let us know. We are here for you. All right, everyone, happy launch day. Go get your